All right, for more on this, we are now being joined by Colonel David B. Roches from Washington, D.C. He is a professor at the Near East South Asia Center for Strategic Studies and former Deputy Director for Peacekeeping in the Office of the Secretary of Defense. Thank you so much for taking our time and joining us on the show.
Thank you.
So let me begin by asking you, Syrian fighters entering the capital, reports saying President Bashar al-Assad is headed out of the country. It seems like the end of the 13 years of rule. First of all, what are your reactions?
Well, I'm not quite sure if he will have done that. I think it's more logical that he will have left maybe Damascus, but moved to Latakia or Tartus into the towards the coast, which is the historic Alawi homeland. There he can count on the population supporting him. I think that they would be afraid of Hayat Tahrir Sham moving in there. But if the fact of the matter is he is effectively out as the leader of a unified Syrian nation, I think it's long overdue. The problem is we don't know who's replaced him. Israel preferred to deal with a weakened Assad than with the possibility of chaos. And it is quite possible that, the country will sort of descend in that. But in general, I think this is a positive development. And it's certainly a positive development in terms of the security interests of the United States in the region.
Right. Now that you're talking about U.S., of course, what are the reactions that you're getting, or how do you think will the U.S. react to this?
Well, this is a big blow to Iran. Iran has a network of Arab proxies that do their bidding and basically have served to check action against them. So Hamas, Lebanese Hezbollah, Syria, the Iraqi militias, and the Houthis in Yemen. So what we've seen is that 3 of those organizations now are basically off the table. Hamas and Lebanese Hezbollah are in a fight for survival. And now the Syrian regime appears to have fallen to an organization that had been fought with by Iran and Iran's forces for years. So at a minimum, this means that the possibility of Iran establishing or reestablishing a land bridge to resupply Lebanese Hezbollah, that's not on the cards for some time. So you have a tactical blow to Iran and a strategic blow to Iran because they've basically done nothing as 3 of their lead proxy groups have been destroyed.
And how do you think Iran and, Russia will react to this? Because, of course, they were trying to fight the rebels there. And now that we do see that the rebels have now moved, or reports do say they're moving towards Damascus, how do you think Russia is reacting to this? We heard Sergei Lavrov saying that they should not give in to the terrorists.
Yeah, so Lavrov has characterized any opposition to Bashar al-Assad as basically ISIS and al-Qaeda. So I don't think we need pay any mind to him. But the reports are that Russia, I've seen satellite photographs showing the Russian base at Tartus, the naval base, is empty. They ordered their ships to put to sea and have basically vacated their only naval base in the Mediterranean. We've also had reports that Iran has ordered its Revolutionary Guard officers who command the basic ethnic militias that have been raised in Iraq, Pakistan, Afghanistan to actually be the cannon fodder for the war on behalf of Assad. They've ordered their officers to leave the country. They just don't want to lose any more of them. So I think they've kind of recognized that Syria as a functioning partner of them or a proxy of them, that just doesn't exist anymore.
Right. And what impact do you think this development that happened in just a couple of days would have on the whole of West Asia and the Arab world?
Yeah, I think that there's no love for Assad in the Arab world. I mean, if for nothing else, Assad has kept in power in large part because he started producing Captagon, which is a drug that's of great concern in the Arab world. It's relatively little known outside of it, but the amount that Assad has made from Captagon is more than the gross domestic product of Syria. So, there's smuggling, there's narcotics, and just the fact that he is a proxy of Iran, which is detested by most of the countries in the Arab world, and certainly by Israel. I think that people will welcome his downfall. The question is what comes after him. And it's possible that we may see a chaotic situation, as we've seen in Libya, or we may see a regime that is also hostile to the interests of development in the world. So we'll have to see.
Right. On that note, Syrian Prime Minister has said that he's ready to cooperate with any leadership chosen by the people and for any handover process. But it seems like they are ready to cooperate with the rebels, and the people too were joyous, it seems, through their videos. What do you say on that?
Yeah. Well, look, Assad is a dictator. He was. It's a dynastic hierarchy. That is not how a country is supposed to work. Nobody wants to be ruled by a ruling family. The human rights situation there was horrible. It was a police state. When I was there, you could see visible fear among the population of the security forces. So the downfall of that is always an interesting thing to watch. And hopefully what we see is freedom, not chaos. So, there's a lot that can go wrong, but there's a lot that can go right. Hopefully it'll go right.
All right. Of course, we'll see how the developments do take place. But thank you so much for joining us on the show and giving your insights.
It's an honor. Thank you.